Hi. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Definitely wanted to introduce you to the Urban Key community and just be in conversation with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you. I mean, I'm in a good space, so everyone's healthy. Have a lot to be thankful for.
We sure do. I'm glad to hear that. Well, let's jump right into it. So, I know that you are definitely all about spreading the holiday cheer and making sure that even when we're quarantining at home, that we can kind of spend Christmas with you watching one of the three movies that you're dropping this month, which are Bows of Holly, which is going to air on Ion, The Business of Christmas, and The Christmas Kiss. Both of
Yes,
those are going to be on BET, right?
BET Plus. Yes, they are
BET Plus.
now on BET Plus, and yeah, Bows of Holly premieres tomorrow on Ion Television, 6/7 Central. So please tune in and support and watch. It's such a cute movie. Bows of Holly is I was just really thinking about it when I got the script. Um, you know, a movie like this is usually the lead would be, cast as white. And so I feel like, this year more than ever, there's, so many more opportunities because there's so many more streaming platforms.
Yeah.
It's not like network TV or cable TV. I mean, we literally have so many more opportunities now just in general, but we really do have so many more opportunities now for Black women to be the leads of movies that we wouldn't typically get the opportunity to do that. And so this character was so fun for me because, usually I would be like, considered the friend or something. So
Yeah.
um, so I really hope that people will tune in and support just because of that. We really need to support each other and networks and these different companies need to see that, that this works. So yeah.
I'm excited for you. And I definitely understand the track that you're saying that, this year has definitely been a movement. So I'm glad that the opportunities are opening up for Black women and we can see your great talent.
Thank
So no, absolutely. You are one of our favorites. We grew up with your character, Claire. So I'm glad that you are, still out here doing your thing. So definitely want to commend you for just grinding. So
Thank you.
it's good to see you back. So I wanted to just ask you, like when you're filming these movies, especially during COVID, how is it filming, in close quarters with these other actors on production? How was that process?
That process was a bit scary at first because this is like the first time for literally everything this year.
Yeah.
I went from like not seeing anyone, like I'm not seeing anyone, I'm staying in the house for a few months. And then I'm like, oh, then I'm going to see people and be like, how is that? Like, it's the
What?
opposite of what we're doing right now. So I was a little afraid, but they have a really good system. They test you, to get the job. Then they test you again, when you get to set the day before, whatever. Then they test you in the morning, every other morning, typically on a set. So you would get tested Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So pretty much, if anyone in the cast, crew, whoever it is, everyone gets tested. And if someone comes back positive, they shut down the whole production. So it's really like the safest, I think, situation. It's probably safer than going to a grocery store at this point, because
Really?
I mean, somebody in the grocery store has COVID. I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
Don't
Oh,
think
goodness.
about it, but it's true. Okay. So I felt like, I think we were all really grateful to, like we were all wondering, like, what does that mean for the entertainment industry when it's like we have to be around people? We don't have the luxury of like acting from Zoom, creating a movie from Zoom, so we
Yeah.
have to be with people in a scene and recreate real life, which means sometimes kissing the other person and you can't have the mask on in the scene. And so, it really they really have figured out a way for us to work and to feel safe and for it to be a good environment and to be able to produce art out into the world to make people happy, to still tell stories. And we need more now more than ever. We do
Yeah.
need more entertainment because we're at home. I know I've watched all of the movies, all of the TV shows, probably more than I'd like to acknowledge. Things I would have normally. What was it? I watched what was the guy, the Tiger King?
Yes, that was so good. It was so
But I
like
wouldn't have normally watched that. I think everybody, we're just like we like
it.
watch things like so it's a beautiful thing to be able to do what you love to do, but to know that you're putting a smile on someone's face or you're taking their mind off of whatever's going on, I think is a really good feeling. And that's what these Christmas movies I think do for everyone. And so I'm really proud of all of them. They're all very different. Okay. So Bows of Holly, just to get into a little explaining of them, Bows of Holly is the one that premieres tomorrow. And Holly is a type A personality. She is like by the book. She has everything planned every day, for the rest of the 5 years. She has a 5-year plan, and that is what she's sticking to. She doesn't leave anything to accident or, just to happen. So she is like, oh, it is time to get married because I have all these things that I have planned. So this needs to happen right now. So she plans this engagement trip, this like, she's going to propose to her boyfriend. He's going to say yes, go on this romantic, vacation after. And she doesn't, take into consideration that he could possibly say no, which he does. And so she still has vacation that she planned and she paid for without him. But it actually happens to be the best thing that could have ever happened because she ends up, finding the right person along the way. So you have to watch and see what happens. But it's really special, like classic feel-good Christmas movie about love and just not planning so much, the next moment and being open to spontaneity and just life to happen. So I love that. The movie that came out yesterday on BET Plus was called Christmas Kiss, and that stars Golden Brooks, Layla Odom, Taja V. Simpson. And that movie is really special because it's about this group of girlfriends. And we want to see our girl made over because she's a quirky, geeky assistant. And so we make her over for one night. It's kind of a twist on Cinderella. And she kisses this amazing guy in the elevator, but he doesn't know, she doesn't know that that's her boss's boyfriend.
Oh, gosh. That is a mess.
Yeah, so she doesn't work like the next day. He doesn't even recognize her, right? And she's like, oh my God, So anyway, we're like encouraging her, it's a Christmas movie, so you kind of already know what happens, but it's a really, really cute movie. And then The Business of Christmas, which came out last week, which is also on BET Plus, stars Daphne Reed, who plays my mom, who's the mom off of Fresh Prince.
Love her.
Who's on Sisters. And it's just a really cute movie about family and about the importance of not waiting until something bad in your family happens to your loved ones to tell them that you love them or to spend time with them. And I think we all relate to that this year, not just waiting until something happens or, whatever it is, but really what's the priority in life, and people and family and relationships. That's what's important, at the end of the day, your career and your accomplishments and whatever you're doing, you can't take these things with you. So
I love these movies. They all sound like feel good. Like you can get with your girlfriends, but we're not supposed to do that because of COVID. But you can sit and laugh and cry a little bit, tear up a little bit.
You can
So
do
I
it
love it.
on Zoom, on FaceTime.
You sure can.
But you know,
Group chat.
yes, group chat.
I love
Yes.
it. So I love that you're in these Christmas movies, feel goods. I love that you talked about just giving people all the positive vibes, just because we've all been through so much. I wanted to ask you a couple of things. When I was reading about you, I know one of the things that was, you know, in your life is that you had dealt with depression. So I wanted to ask you about that because I feel like it's probably something, especially because we're right around the holidays, to maybe hit on and see if you have any words of encouragement and maybe walk us through, or really not walk us through, but, share with us how you dealt with your bout of depression. I'm definitely a mental health advocate.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm definitely for that too. Um, I mean, you know, your focus, it's what you focus on, has a lot to do with it. We're in, a very uh, unprecedented time, to say the least, and I think that you have to be mindful of what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're taking in,
Yeah,
what you're around, and you have to be aware of what you can handle, right? So turn off the news, turn off social media, turn off, all these things, and pour into yourself something positive. Listen to worship music, listen to something, a positive podcast, go outside and exercise, get those endorphins going. You really have to, as much as I love working out, and physical fitness is really important to me. Not just because of the physical benefits, but just
yeah,
overall the way it makes me feel, and it is healthy. But just like I'm working out like that, you have to be mindful of like what you're taking in, mentally,
absolutely.
just your surroundings. And so I would say during this time, like with depression, that's how I really dealt with it. I really was mindful of what I was taking in and what conversations I was participating in. And so I just had to watch happy movies for a time. I was watching like Scandal. Or
Oh no.
I love action movies, or like very intense, like
Yeah.
stories and documentaries and stuff. But there was a season where I had to cut all of that stuff out because
Yep.
I really had to pour positivity and make sure that I was, taking in, really good things. So I would say, I know I went on a tangent there,
No,
but
no, this is
I
so
would
good.
I would say just being really mindful of that and being intentional about feeding yourself good thoughts. So my prayer life, looks like I like, if I have something, I have like this like list that's like so old, it's like it's like years old, like in my Bible. And so I add to it. So whatever I'm thinking about, if I'm saying, oh, say I'm stupid, or oh, I think that whatever, I'll write the opposite, I am. And so I add it
Yeah.
to that list because it's really powerful what you are saying about yourself. So a
Yes.
million people can say something about you, but it only if you come into agreement with it does it have power. So I just take initiative and pour into myself good thoughts, because then, you're building yourself up. And so those are like, I have like a lot of different things that I've, kind of tools that I've learned to deal with depression and just anxiety and stress and feeling overwhelmed. And so I've used all of those.
Yeah, you need all. You need all the tools. Definitely. So I like to hear you have a mixture. And I definitely thought it was important to bring it up because one, it is the holidays, but we're in a time where people are actually in a space where you can actually talk about mental health more freely. And but realizing that some people aren't really comfortable to have the conversation, but they'll see something like this and hear you, share about your experience, and maybe it'll open their mind a little bit just to try some things. Maybe not having a conversation. I always say therapy helps too, but
I've been in therapy. I've gone to
yeah,
therapy for years. You know, it's really important to have someone unbiased to talk to,
Yep.
you know, and I mean, to work through your issues, you know, you need to maybe try a few of them before you find one that really fits, but it's really, really, really healthy. It's really important for me, at least in my growth.
Yeah.
It's been a really important part of my journey.
Well, I love to hear that. I love to hear about, people's journey and their growth, because that's what we are, I think, excuse me, I think that's what we're here to do. I think we're on a journey, we're on a path, and it's also about growing. So I love that you're in that place. I want to ask you about my wife and kids. So that was definitely, you guys had so many seasons. And I want to ask you, is there any chance of a reunion similar to like what we saw with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? That was cool, to see all of them. And I like your cast was hilarious. I know everybody would love to see you guys reunite.
I mean, I would love that. So I think, ask Damon because he's kind of in charge. But I mean, we haven't really talked about it. So I don't know. I mean, I would totally be open to it. They're all my family for life, So I think that would be super fun if the opportunity presented itself.
I want to put that in the universe. I feel like this is the time because like right now we're, seeing all of the shows that were so nostalgic to us, like on Netflix. And I feel like, if we can see the full, family come together, as adults, it would still be hilarious. I would love it. I would love that so much.
It would be really great.
So I want to know about your YouTube channel. What are you doing with your YouTube channel? What type of?
Oh, yes. So my YouTube channel really started out of my daughter wanting to start a YouTube channel. She really wanted to do a blog. All the kids, they have like the YouTube channels. They wanted,
Yeah.
Well, I didn't, so she was like, Mom, you do a YouTube channel with me? It's like, okay. So we really started it during the pandemic and we just did like a vlog and it's just something super cute to do with her. And just kind of, like our just whatever we were doing. So that was really fun. I am really looking forward to launching my podcast in the beginning of next year. And so that will be content that I'll start putting on my YouTube channel really next year. I kind of put a pause onto the YouTube for now so that I'm working on getting these episodes out and that'll kind of take over my YouTube. But 2021 which is only a few weeks away, which is crazy to even think about. I'm really excited about just expanding who I am. I think I've had a lot of time. We've all had a lot of time.
We still have.
To sit and just think about, what you want to do. And I think I was kind of scared of like, I wanted to do a podcast, but I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, what do people, but I was like, I just want to do this. I want to, I really love helping people in like this conversation and talking about mental health and my journey to loving myself. And I want to, with all of my friends, people I think, know me as Claire or know me as an actress, but there's like so much more to me than that. And so I'm really looking forward to sharing that next year with everyone, with my podcast and the different other things that I'm doing.
No, we want to see that. I think that, right now we are all just like thirsting for realness and we want to know like what people are actually like, especially when you think about social media. You see everybody on there. You feel like there's that aspect of everything is fake. It's just for business. But I think there's such an opportunity there still to like reveal yourself and share. And while you have people's attention, really give them good content. So I love the idea. I think it'll be phenomenal.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see it. Yeah. I think it'll be great. Well, listen, I appreciate you so much for coming on. You're going to be one of our favorite guests to come. I was really excited to have you on. So everybody, please check out Jennifer's show. She's got 3 shows in the month of December. So I think that officially makes you the Christmas queen. I think you are like doing it.
Thank you so much. Yes,
You're
please
so
check out Rose of Holly tomorrow, Ion Television, 6, 7 Central, Business of Christmas, and Christmas Kiss on BET Plus. And you can follow me on my Instagram, MS Jen Freeman with 1 N. And that is the same for my Twitter handle. And you can check out and see everything that I'm doing on there.
All right, you guys. And always, you can check out the Urban Key at The Urban Key on all platforms. We definitely love your support. Thank you so much for keeping up with us all of 2020. And like I said earlier, we can't wait for the upcoming year, some of the content that we'll put out. So I wish you guys have a safe and wonderful holiday. That's what I want to say to everyone. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye.